You're listening to By Way of the Sea, an 11-part original audio drama created by Eralore Studios in collaboration with Stay Busy. This week's cover art was created by the artist Thari. Last week on By Way of the Sea,
Elena, having been receiving lessons and instruction from the captain, began to find her footing aboard the Atlas, much to Silas's dismay. Just as he began to dig into her once again, a large bell sounded as heavy gales and rising seas began to swell. Lucia took Elena to her quarters in an attempt to calm her, but soon the situation turned dire. Silas reluctantly brought Elena to deck, where she learned the ship had run aground. And once again, her world would be turned upside down, as she and Lucia boarded a rowboat with Silas among the storm that engulfed them, which is how they arrived at Chapter 6, The Island.
That's the last of it, sir.
Are you sure there isn't any more?
You can't save the unsavable.
He's right, love. I'm afraid the rest is waterlogged or scattered across the ocean floor by now.
It's kind of pitiful, isn't it?
What?
The Atlas, sitting there looking so sad.
I think she looks majestic.
Majestic? Impelled by rocks and dragging a broken mast?
I understand, Lucia. Sometimes broken things are beautiful.
And you would know.
The Tarjacks and I will make way for port in the rowboats.
It's too far, Jeremiah.
We can't just stay here. Our reserves are too low, and finding help's the only option.
Then let us come with you.
There's not enough room in the boats. Besides, we need all the muscle we can get to ensure the trip is steadfast.
And so Silas?
Silas will stay with you and Elena. You'll need some brawn to go with all that beauty.
I don't know. The princess can probably slipknot her way to safety.
Well, I can't. So I expect you to pamper me for our surprise little beach excursion.
Is it really an excursion if there are no biscuits?
Ugh, don't remind me.
When we return, I will bring you 2 baskets of biscuits.
And butter.
What do you think I am? Of course, butter.
We're ready, Captain.
Here, a tin of jerky. Surely there is fresh fruit here we can find. Take these with you.
You are too sweet, Elena. Thank you.
Captain.
Silas, take care of them.
Aye, sir.
I can't believe you're going to port without me.
Won't be the same.
There is still time to change your mind.
We'll be back soon.
What are you doing?
I want to see what remains.
Worried about your gem and jewels?
I'm worried about not having a suitable shelter come nightfall.
I don't think you're going to find what you're looking for there.
Aha!
Aha.
What is it?
Aha,
what have
what?
you found?
This will work. Silas, hand me your knife.
I will do no such thing.
Silas, hand her your knife.
Do you see those trees? If we cut the sails here, we can canopy them through the branches and create a tent.
How will they stay?
I will stitch them.
You will stitch them.
In my trunk. The ones the tars brought ashore, there's a sewing kit.
Oh, I will fetch it for you.
Careful with my knife.
I won't cut myself.
That's not what I'm worried about. Unlike you, I don't have many things. It's the only thing that's truly mine in this life. I don't see how you're going to do this unless the captain gave you sewing lessons while I slept too.
No, my father.
Your father?
My father is a tailor.
And a very good one at that, from the stories you've told. Here you are.
So, your father is a tailor, but you're a comtesse?
Take this corner, Silas. Walk it that way.
I want to help too.
All right. Hold this piece here. Okay, good. Now lie it down. Silas, will you give me a lift?
Into a tree?
Into that tree.
I'm not sure this is what the captain had in mind.
Oh, come on, Silas. Just give her a boost. Unless you're going to climb up there yourself.
All right.
Steady, please.
I'm trying. Your dress keeps slapping me in the face.
Some men would consider that a pleasure.
Lucia, can you find a few heavy rocks?
I'm on it.
Must you keep wiggling?
If you want a shelter for the night, then yes, I must.
Where shall I put the rocks?
On the corners of the sails. You can even bury them in the sand a bit. There. You can put me down now.
Huh. Incredible.
It may not be the same magic of the sails rising over the reef, but it will keep us covered and out of the elements.
And you made it look so easy too. Didn't she, Silas?
I'll start moving the salvaged items to our tent.
I think you impressed him.
That wasn't my intent.
Of course not.
My father warned me of people like him.
Like him? How do you mean?
Unkind.
At times.
Ungrateful.
Perhaps.
Selfish.
Indeed.
Demoralizing.
Oh, right, yes. Well, I know he can be all those things, and I apologize.
There's no reason for you to apologize, Lucia. You have done nothing wrong.
I have let it fester and go without notice.
He is infuriating. Truly. I could never imagine treating another human being that way. Why doesn't he understand?
Understand?
Me. Who I am. Where I come from.
Is that what you seek? To be understood?
Of course.
Elena. Can you hand me that basket of biscuits?
Oh, Lucia, I'm sorry we don't have any biscuits.
So then you can't hand them to me?
How can I hand you something I don't have?
Precisely. I know you want Silas to understand you, but you can't give away something you don't have. He's never been in your shoes, and you've never been in his. He can only understand you and others from his own experiences, from his own perspective of life. Do you see?
But I know that cannot be true. My father told me my mother saw everyone as equal. She saw the good in every person without ever knowing who they were. She didn't care where they came from or what they had done, and she did not learn that from experience. It came from her heart. Maybe if I just talked to him...
Elena, I have learned there is only misery to be found in demanding others meet us where we are. Peace, on the other hand, comes when we learn we cannot force another to understand what they are not yet ready to see. And furthermore, we cannot see in others what we refuse to accept in ourselves. We must learn on our own, at our own time.
How did you get so wise?
Wisdom does not come from books, just as love won't bloom with looks. I have so much more to give, because I let myself live.
I will stop expecting him to understand me. And maybe instead, I can simply hope to be seen.
Well, that you should have no concern over. He sees you, believe me.
Here.
What did you find, Silas?
I gathered the scattered clothing from the water and the shore. There's enough for us all to stay covered.
What a shame.
And one of the tars was smart enough to grab a hammock from the berth and a satchel of tins and cutlery from the galley.
That's good news.
Besides the lady's trunk, I found some rope, a pint of whiskey...
Oh, thank heavens!
...and the captain's pipe. I found this chair, too, but the leg is broken. I figured if I cut the other legs, I can even it out.
What a wonderful idea! You know, between the two of you, I think our little stay here in paradise might not be as bad as you think.
Thank you for listening to Eralore Studios by Way of the Sea, with vocal talent by Brenna Patzer as Elena, John R. Smith Jr. as Captain Jeremiah, Karina Hilleard as Lucia, Enzo Leone as Silas, and Seth Rosenke as the sailor. Eralore Studios is a family-owned and female-led storytelling brand and production company dedicated to creating connections through original characters and stories inspired by eras gone by. With a mission to spotlight visual and performing artists through stories that showcase the strength of the human spirit, Eralore seeks to create a safe place and a celebrated stage for creative collaboration in the arts. Stay Busy is transforming the business card industry into a digital, more sustainable entity. For more information about our collaboration partner, please visit staybusy.com.